So that forms the net art trilogy that I created in the 90s up into the turn of the century. So it's grammatron, followed by phoneme or phoneme or phone me, followed by film text. And the latter two, interestingly enough, the latter two, phoneme, which was created in a program called Shockwave Director, and film text, created in Flash. As of today now, neither of them are really accessible over the internet. As of last year, Flash was no longer working on all the browsers. Adobe stopped supporting it. So now, fortunately, they're both collected, but you need to have the right machinery in order to exhibit them. So the question is how am I able to, in a way, envision where things are going? As I just mentioned, I don't think of myself as a creative technologist. And I would say that this is the interesting part for me, is that I've always considered myself a writer. At my core, I am this, you could say, language artist, but also now, using some of the language I'm bringing into artificial creative intelligence, I'm also a language model that's training itself to train itself to maintain a kind of aesthetic or stylistic continuity through various media platforms that I happen to be engaging with at my moment in time, my limited moment in time. And I do that by staying attuned to my own otherworldly aesthetic sensibility, which gets embodied in the prosthesis I am. So one of the things that I think for me was always required in order for me to be able to take on the next iteration or the next version of creativity coming, was to be very present and align myself with whatever technologies seemed to do what I needed them to do in order for me to maintain this ongoing investigation into what it means to be creative, to be an artist, to really access that otherworldly aesthetic sensibility that I'm now claiming is, in its own way, a kind of like a non-human creative function. So being aligned with those particular platforms and technology at that moment in time, and being able to maintain continuity in being able to exhibit the specific artistic, aesthetic, narrative, poetic sensibilities that I'm constantly training myself to, to learn over time, to model my own behaviors after, is kind of now just a given for me in terms of it being part of the process. It's hard to get there, though. It takes a while. Miles Davis once said, and I'm just paraphrasing, sometimes it takes a long time to play like yourself.